Welcome back to another Animal Crossing video. Today, we're gonna try to make our own shelves. So, you always see those cute shelves where people put food items or bread or drinks on a shelf, and I wanted to try to make one. So I have a couple of simple panels in my closet, but they are gray, so we're gonna have to kind of find a gray color palette for it. So let's start off by going to our custom designs and picking a spot for it. We'll just go right here. We'll remove Flo's since Flo doesn't really own the flower stand anymore, so we're gonna change this one. Cool! So the first thing we want to do is find a color palette that will probably work, and then we'll go and adjust all the colors as we need to. So something with a lot of grays and then a lot of, I guess, cake colors. I want to make like a little cake stand. So probably something like this is pretty good. We'll just add a few more grays. So we will go over to some of these browns and turn them more gray. Like that. So we'll adjust those colors as we need to match the panel, but I think that's a good start. So the first thing we'll want to do is put a line on the very tippy top. And maybe add some shading in there as well, like this. And then we'll take a line at the very bottom, it'll be darker. And we can also change the view to be there. And put another one on top. So since this one is too high, and we want 3 in the middle, what we're gonna end up doing is making another shelf here. And here. And those will be lighter. And in between these two, we'll put the darker shelf here. And then we'll add some shading here. Just randomly throughout. Just to kind of make it look like it's made of the metalish looking panel that we're using. There, I think that looks pretty good. So now we have all of our spots to fill in. So we're gonna take our darker color and go to the fill tool and just fill in the back. I almost feel like it doesn't need to be that dark, but we're gonna fill it in that way anyway. We're gonna go back to our normal tool and we're gonna go one shade lighter and kind of go about halfway, maybe a little less than halfway on both of these. And then again, we're going to take our fill tool and fill it in. And there we go. Those are our basic shelves that we're going to put cakes on. So now we have to decide what kind of cake we want. So I feel like the classic cake would be like a strawberry cake. And maybe some cupcakes or something would be kind of cute. So we'll start with this. And to make it easier, we can use the circle tool. Like this. And we'll start from up here and go across this way, like that. And that kind of gives us a good placement of where we would want something like this, but I think I do want it a little bit higher. So we'll hit undo and start it from up here instead. Like that. And then we can go back to our normal tool and fill in all of these. Like that. And we'll just put this color for now as the base of it here. So we will do, we'll want to actually go one in here and go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's pretty cute. I almost feel like we could even make it higher, but I do want to put little strawberries and stuff on top, so I feel like that'll be a good placement for now. So we'll use our fill tool and go right there. Alright, so that's a nice start. So let's put like little strawberries on top here. So we're gonna take some of these and we're just gonna go 1, 2, 3. Cat. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I almost feel like we're gonna end up making the frosting a little higher, so that's okay. Like this. And then we'll put the frosting up here too. just to kind of even it out a little bit. And then we'll adjust these strawberries to be even. Boop. There we go. And now we're gonna put like a little bit of color around the strawberry here. Probably not there. Just on the bottom right is probably fine. Like this, here. I'm not used to this controller at all. And then we're gonna put some shading on the bottom of this cake here. Like that. There it is. Like, cute. It's kind of looking better. We're gonna fill it out a little bit more. It definitely needs a little something. So maybe if we have like a stripe of strawberry in here, it'll kind of fit better. Oh, I like that one. Okay. And then I think what I'm gonna do is actually move these strawberries up a little bit because they're a little low, like this. And then put the dark pink color underneath them. Something like that. That's pretty cute. I always like the pixel art better than the actual look of it, but I think one thing I do want to do is take this color, because we want to add some shading to the icing, right? So what if we make it a slight pink variant? Like this. Just barely. Just to add a little bit of texture to the icing here. It'll be very, very subtle, but that's okay. We'll put it just behind the strawberries. I like it. I think that's a tasty looking cake. The only other thing I'm thinking about doing is adding a little bit of icing kind of dripping down the side here. But it might look a little bit awkward. So we'll try it, and if we don't like it, that's okay. We can just get rid of it. Yeah, it looks a little bit strange, so we'll just go back to how it was. And that's all part of the process, is trial and error. Make a new cake. We're gonna do the same kind of technique for a different cake, but it's gonna be down here. So we'll have the two big cakes kind of on the sides here, and then we'll have two smaller pieces that are on the other corners, just for visual balance. So let's start by making us a carrot cake. And I feel like the carrot cake has a more creamy colored frosting, so we'll use this color for it. And we're gonna use our circular tool again. I do feel like the shape we had was really good, so I'm probably just gonna continue with that shape. But I do want to make it a little bit bigger this time around. Probably like that. That'll work. And then we can fill it in, so we'll use our fill tool. And I actually made it a little uneven, and that's totally okay. You just add the extra sides like that, and then it looks good. So the carrot cake has like this nice kind of orangey fill to it, so we'll just go down 3 and then we'll leave a space and go down 2. So it'll be 3 and then 2. So 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2. This is a big cake. I hope you're hungry. 1 2 3. Then 1 2 1 2, like that. Oops. And then we'll go 1 1 1 2 3. And now we have the nice kind of shape of the carrot cake. We do want to use our filling again right here. And then the other thing I want to do is kind of make the filling drip down a little bit. So probably like every other, like this. Actually, kind of like that is kind of cute. It just gives a nice variety of shape to it in a way that looks like it's fluffy frosting. And then to kind of balance it, maybe where it's going down on certain spots, kind of make like a crease almost, to kind of show like, hey, it's kind of wiggly frosting, right? I like that. It just makes the frosting look a little bit more rough around the edges, for lack of a better word. And then we can put this nice, we'll get a nice darker brown color, so this one is pretty good. But we want it to be more orange to match the carrot cake. So we'll just scooch it over toward the orange side. That's a little too yellow, and we'll just saturate it a little bit. Like that. That's a good color. Looking good. Oops. Now we have the shading under this cake. Now the most important part of the cake We'll get rid of this color here, and we will make it a very bright orange. We wanna make the carrots, right? Yeah. So we'll make the little carrot decorations on top because honestly, that's the most appealing part for me of carrot cake is looking at the cute little carrot decorations. I don't know why, but I really like it. I feel like most people do. Very cute. And then we need to add the little green parts too. So I don't think we've used this color yet. So let's get rid of this color and make it green. For the little green parts. We can have it sticking up. I think it would be kind of cute sticking up. Maybe if we go like this. No, that's actually pretty good like that. And then we'll go like this, right on the edge. And try to pay attention to the bottom left visual because sometimes they won't connect very well and they'll look a little awkward. It's just a little bit of like trial and error. Because the pixel art will always look pretty good. But then you try messing around with the rest of it and you're like, this doesn't quite look right. There we go. That looks so cute. Oh, I love it. And there we go. There's the carrot cake. So next we're going to do, as chat dubbed, the Breath of the Wild fruit cake, which I think would be really fun to try to make. This one's a little different. It's going to be a slice instead of an actual, like, big cake. But I think it'll be a fun challenge. So we're going to just start by making a triangle. I feel like it needs to be a little closer to this edge, though, for it to be visually even. So we'll start on this side. I always try to pay attention to what's on the edges here. Because see how this one is like 3 away, but this one's 1 away? So what we'll try to do is make a cupcake on this top bit that is 3 away, or 3 away on this side, just so it's like a little bit more visually even, and then that makes it a little more appealing because it doesn't feel heavy on one side. So now if we want to make the rest of the triangle, we'll start probably about here and just go straight across and maybe extend over by 2. So we'll go up and then here. And now we can use our fill tool to fill it in. It is a little pointy on this end, so I might get rid of this little bit here. Nah, maybe I'll put it on the bottom, so there we go, that looks a little better. And then we'll get this nice fluffy color. We're gonna kind of go in between the carrot cake and the strawberry cake. We're gonna start with a darker color. And we'll go 3 down. And we'll want it to kind of go straight across initially, but we want it to look like there's more shape to it. So we'll probably go 3 across here and just kind of find a nice medium part and then maybe go here and like kind of chop it in. So let's fill in this. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then with our pen tool, we'll get the darker color that we used for the carrot cake to put as like the shading on the bottom here. And the nice thing about shading the bottom is it kind of blends it together a little bit smoother. And it just looks like a little bit more visually pleasing, I guess. Heck, we'll even stick this out a little bit and put some more frosting hanging down like that. So now let's start by putting the cream in the middle of it. So what we'll end up needing to do is actually expanding or shortening this after all, like this. And then on top. We'll get rid of this one and connect it up there. It looks a little wiggly, so maybe what I'll do is hide the fact that it's wiggly by putting this here, and it just kind of breaks it up a little bit. And what we can do is use our strawberry colors to show where the strawberries inside are. Just to make it a little bit different. There we go. Cool. So there's a lot of fruit on it, but what we'll focus on is the orange and the strawberries and the green fruit. So we'll just put like a little bit of... The only problem I'm having with this particular design is it's a little large compared to the other cakes. So I might actually shorten it a little bit just to make it look a little bit more normal sized. Now it looks like a little bit more like a slice of cake versus being the size of the actual cakes. I like that a lot better. Maybe even one smaller. Yeah. I think that works better. Make a little piece of fruit up here. And then there's some strawberries on here as well. It's a little tricky because you only have like so many pixels, but I think we can still make it work. And then... There, that looks like there's like fruit on top. Yeah. I wish it was a little bit higher. I'm a little disappointed in myself for making it so close to the edge, but I feel like that's okay. Maybe I'll just make this stick up. No, I'm just kidding. That should be fine though. It adds like different height too, so I feel like that's probably important to do. I think the other thing that I'm missing is adding some shading under the frosting, and I feel like that might be where it's like almost a little bit off-putting. So maybe just on the corners here, we can make it a little bit darker. Like that. There! It just looks like a pastry. I like that. I'm gonna stick with it. It's cute. I'm happy with it. So if you're not happy with it, that's okay. When you decide to make your own, send me a picture and show me what changes you made. Okay, so the last little pastry we are gonna make is a cupcake, but before we do that, I did find a color that I wasn't using. I just went through and swapped all the colors around. So I do want to add like a little group of blueberries here, because I feel like that would be kind of cute. And it would fit pretty nice. It's just something to add a little bit of variety, right? There. Okay, so what we're gonna do is start with a little base of the cupcake. And I'm gonna use the pink as the wrapper. So we'll just go probably, we wanna have it be 3 across at least over here. So we'll actually go over this way more. And then 1, 2, 3. We're gonna make it striped. And then use the lighter pink colors for the other side of the wrapper. And then make this just a little bit smaller like that. I would even say we could probably put some kind of color down here, but it's just a little tricky because grays we're using are a little bit darker. So let's start by, after we made our wrapper, making the little cupcake top. Something like that, and then we'll have it come down a little bit here. That's pretty cute, actually. I wonder how it would look if we ended up connecting these on the side. That's probably way too wide, so we'll end up getting rid of that. And let's put a little cherry on top. Like that. Oh, cute! So cute! Okay, so now we want to add little sprinkles here and there. And we'll get some orange sprinkles too. We can't have, the only bummer is we can't have the sprinkles like on the edges because they'll kind of mush into each other. I feel like the green is a little too strong. So let's just use blue sprinkles, and I might change this color blue to be more pastel. Oh, they actually look really nice on the side there because they kind of scooch. Yeah, that doesn't work, but this would work. They're a little too even. Sprinkles aren't supposed to be that even, so we're gonna scooch this one away. And maybe we will find another color sprinkle. Maybe we can add some pink ones in here. Just adjust a couple of them to be pink. There we go. That's better. And then we'll put our shading underneath here. Like that. Oh, it's so precious. Would they look a little too big? Yeah, they're kind of big that way. You could always put them this way too. That's still too big. I think I like them like that. So we're going to add this shade color underneath each sprinkle. And then I think because it's such a subtle difference, I'm actually going to make this a little bit darker like that. That way you can just kind of see it a little bit more. And then we'll go back and adjust any of the ones that look a little off. Like right here. Much better. Cute! I think I like that a lot. I think I will keep this, this pink color here though. So the only other thing I want to do is maybe make them stand out from the background a little bit more. They look great in pixel art, but they look a little flat, so we'll work on that next. So I was trying to think of how to make it stand out from the background a little bit. I think having the back of the shelves be lit might help. And then maybe like cast a shadow on one side of the food would help as well. But if we are to make a shadow, I feel like having the shadows on the left because there's more space. See how there's 3 space on the side maximum and 2 on the other? So the shadow really should be over here. So let's do that. I'll get rid of this one because it's not blending very nice. And we'll expand this cake side out here. Yeah, I don't like the way it looks on the very bottom, so we'll get rid of that one. It's not as smooth. And then something like that. Maybe even just get rid of these ones. I think the diagonal looks good, but anything after that doesn't. So now let's fix our shelves here to go across like this. So the way we're gonna make the shadow work on the shelving is we're actually going to take this color here and put it right where the other shadow would be, but it's still lighter that way. Like that, and like that. And that should kind of help separate the background from the foreground, I guess. Just a little bit. And the only other thing I want to do is make it a little bit lighter, just because it's a little bit too dramatic. And I feel like that kind of took it away. And I think that looks pretty good. So let's test it out on our panel. I'll call it Cakes 1, and then I'll put silver panel, or SP for the silver panel. Cute! And we can make adjustments as we need. Whoa! When did it start raining? What happened? It was... Alright, well, let's get inside. So let's go in here and go to this. Wow, that's actually... I don't know if I just got lucky, but that's real close. I am a little sad that it looks so industrial when it's supposed to look tasty, but I don't have a brown panel yet for wood. So for now, I think this will work just fine. But yeah, that actually looks pretty solid. I'm gonna totally use that. Very nice. Maybe we'll make another cake one on a different video. But I do want to test out, so I'm gonna make 2 of them just for the sake of trying to make 2. Alright, we're gonna venture out into the rain to place these down and see what they look like. Okay, so I have Sampy's Cafe over here. And there's actually some cakes already on the table. You can see it there. But what I want to do is put those panels right behind this little stand here. So that way when you're looking at it, you'll see the cakes. That's pretty good. So let's go around real quick and see what it looks like on the other side. That's not bad! It actually looks pretty cute. I wish the stand was a little bit taller, but I think it fits pretty well for now. And we can always find other things to kind of decorate around it as well, so. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little video of making some cakes for my outdoor bakery area in the cafe, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye! I gotta get inside or get an umbrella. Okay, bye!